Beautiful. Here we are down at Golf Central tonight, and we've got Brenton from COBRA PUMA. So to come and talk to us about the new range.
Thanks for having us, mate.
Yeah, mate. Good one.
Thanks for showing us.
Mate.
No worries. Little sneak peek.
Yeah.
So yes, got a new range coming out.
Yeah,
which
so
is, pretty good.
looks pretty good.
A bit of a hit with them
So far.
but we're going to let you have a bit of a chat about them and where you're looking at moving with these drivers.
Yeah, no worries. So
some
new irons, new drivers, new fairways, new hybrids. So
Correct.
Replacing the F8 range
Correct.
in January next year, 2019. So big step for us over F8, and as good as that driver was, we've got the F9 SPEEDBACK. So SPEEDBACK technology is the big story for 2019. It's all about speed and CG. So there's 3 technologies we've put into this driver that are really going to step it up this year. So the 3 of those technologies include the largest carbon crown we've had in a driver. So you can see.
So you'll see that from the close-up.
Yeah.
You'll be able to see that with the little razors in it.
Razor there.
Because there will be a review on each of these.
100%.
Yeah, we'll go through the range and try every one.
And you'll see some close-up pictures of them.
Yeah, so the close-up on the crown there, you can see as the carbon fibre wraps around the edge there into the bottom, giving us a saving of 4 grams in discretionary weight to throw into the head. But the big story around SPEEDBACK is the combination of that and the low CG allow us to create the most aerodynamic driver we've ever made. So we wanted to combine our aerodynamic story with the CG placement and the performance that we had in the King LTD.
Yeah.
So carrying those stories and combining them is to be able to create our first ever low CG, deep CG driver with the most aerodynamic design we've had. So it's something that we haven't been able to do in the industry before. So having the, as you can see from the side view that we're going to show here, a higher crown, as you look at the back there from this direction, you can see the top of the head is actually a pretty high head, high shape in the crown as it goes back, which normally allows great aerodynamics, but it doesn't allow you to get the CG low and deep into the head.
Yeah.
So what we've been able to do with that, as you can see now in the bottom of the head, you can see the back weight that we've got really deep in the back of that head there allows us to drop the CG, get it deep and back, and add the ball speed and forgiveness with
It's sort of an interesting shape, yeah. It's just
from
like
the bottom, it's definitely different. Isn't
you can just sort of see in that bottom section how it tails back.
The 2 models?
Well, you've got the yellow and a white, but more than anything, Cobra's now gone to lofts on the head. So instead of just going 1 and then 1.5 either way, it's a 9-degree head which can go to 7.5 up to 11.5, 10.5.
10.
Yep.
1.5 each way.
Yeah, 1.5 each way, and that's a 10.5.
10.5 will go down to 9 and up to 12.
Yep.
And then 2 colours. So no more F8 plus F8. This year it's just F9 SPEEDBACK, and you've got the same weight movement in both, just 2 different colours, 2 different lofts, and 4 different aftermarket shafts to choose from.
Simplified it, which is really, really good. And then onto the fairways, because we're going to have all these reviews.
Look, I love the finish.
Oh, sorry, and the top as well.
Yeah,
so
you got matte on that one.
On this one,
on the white model.
So the white model's got a matte finish, which is the loft that I would buy.
Yeah.
The look you would buy?
The look and the loft.
So yeah, you can have the white in 9 and 10.5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can do it whichever way.
I would.
You like the white?
You can have your rainbow cake and eat it too,
mate. And I already have.
I know.
But love the matte finish on the top.
Yeah, the matte finish does look brilliant.
Yep, it's good.
But that looks like Bumblebee for sure. I'm a big fan of that. It's a bit different. But fairway woods, mate?
Yeah, fairway woods, massive leap forward for us in the fairways is we've transitioned from the F8, the technology in the F8 with a milled face. We've been able to get that into the F9 SPEEDBACK model for this year, which is huge for us. And we saw some stats earlier that from a hand-polished face in an F9 head to a milled face in an F9 head, we've added 2.4 miles an hour to ball speed to the middle and 2.3 to the toe, which is a massive step when you're talking about the same head with the same tech. So SPEEDBACK.
Yeah, that's
where I
want
the
toe's quick.
That's where I want that speed to come out of the toe, mate.
Absolutely. So
look, I think for the average golfer, we don't all hit in the middle.
That's what it's about.
So we do need
to
make the best of our mishits.
Yep.
I mean, blokes like Al find the middle a lot.
That's right.
A little bit more often.
No, well, more often.
Yeah,
not obviously, but for the average bloke, that they're generally across that board.
Yeah.
I know you're going to cop one out of the toe.
And how I sort of describe it when I'm going to demo days and stuff is it's not all driver technologies. Everyone's doing subtle things differently, but it's not about massive gains, it's about reducing your losses.
That's true. It's keeping it up across the face.
The better your worst shots are, the better golf you play.
without a doubt. And that's always what you should be looking for in a driver.
Yeah.
You know, is this driver going to stay on the fairway more often than not?
Exactly right. Yeah, and a fairway, you know.
Yeah, so with the fairway, there's still aero on there, plus the razors in the carbon. Yep. And you said they changed also the rails again?
So the rails from F8 to F9 have been shaved a little bit at the back there. So realistically, the first half of the rails is where you interact with the ground. So we've saved a bit of weight by tapering them off at the back, and that allows us to add again a little bit more weight in the weight head portion of it. And follow the speedback story from the driver, so the CG is a little bit further out from the back of the head compared to last year's model. But the big story in that is, again, 2 colours, but the milled face and the fairway is a game changer for us. Yeah, no,
it feels good, and that's the good thing about these. COBRA always make good feeling stuff. And a second fairway wood?
Yeah, so obviously available in yellow and white, or Avalanche is our name for the white. Yellow is just yellow, mate. Black and yellow.
Oh, black and yellow, black and yellow.
So we have an F9 Speedback Tour head. So the Tour head is what Ricky puts in place. It's a similar model to our F8 Plus last year. So again, we're going F9 Speedback, F9 Speedback Tour. This one's a 13 to 15 degree.
So it's strong,
small head, matte finish on top, all black finish. We didn't talk about the shafts, we can get to that point.
There's so many shafts, we'll talk about them in the reviews, and there's some very good shafts too.
But same story came through rails. This one, the weight's in the front, so we don't have any adjustability in the fairways because we're designed to have the tour head and the weight in the front, optimise the weight in the back in the F9. And yeah, milled face on this as well with a slightly different design, so we're carrying through that story.
And so hybrid also, but the hybrid head's just a little bit bigger still with the rails?
Yeah, so we're basically combined our best hybrid was the oversized, to be honest. It was one of our best performing drivers, but it was kind of sitting in the range where it just wasn't quite taking the market. So, but it was definitely our best performer. And then combine that with the rails from the F8, we've kind of combined both those hybrids to make, we think, our best hybrid ever, with rails slightly squarer and deeper toe, and a matte finish on top, which looks pure.
Very, very good. Yeah. And to finish it off, you've got irons.
Yeah, so the F9 Speedback story carries through for F9 Speedback irons. There's a fair bit of technology in this iron, and it's big for us in making it the best MOI iron we're trying to make. Yeah, still with the players look from the top. So game improvement iron that we've got. You can see on the side, on the back there, there'll be a close up. There you go, buddy. turn it around.
Which way?
Well, I don't think you
so you can see that.
Oh, very true.
So this is a big tech for us on the sole. Is the sole is actually extended wider, but there's a taper in it to allow the same amount of sole to interact with the ground as last year's model.
Yeah.
But we've made it wider to allow us to get that CG further back. And then what that's again allows us to do is a structural frame. We've actually been able to put tungsten heaps wider in the face, like the widest we've ever been able to make it. So we've got tungsten in the heel, tungsten right out into the toe. So MOI is off the charts with this thing. And surprisingly, in a game improvement iron, we've found, you'll see the results later, but we've found the spin number's actually pretty good for a game improvement.
It's quite a muted sound too, so it doesn't feel overly clicky and firm.
No.
So there is a bit of PU in there.
No, you're right, mate.
No, you're not.
Yeah. No, you're right, because some of these irons in this range can be very sort of loud and clicky.
Correct. But so we've put some PU in the head to make that muted sound. PU.
PU line.
we haven't taken PU line.
No, we haven't.
Got a bit of PU in there. So yeah, I think it's a fantastic line. It's definitely something for 2019 that'll get a bit of hype, I reckon.
Very like colours like the yellow. It's very interesting, but it's on the bottom anyway.
I think that's what I really love, is that the splash of colour's fine, but it is on the bottom.
At address you can't see it.
No, at address you can't see it, but when you pull your club cover off, you look at it and go, oh, that looks pretty cool.
Yeah,
I think toning down of the colours has been a good move by COBRA.
Two options, it makes it nice and easy. The yellow will get your attention in the shop and on the commercials, that's our hero colour.
Yep.
But you go in there and you hit it and you're like, I'd rather have the white, let's go the white. So Avalanche, sorry.
I'll be your hero, baby.
Avalanche, let me go. It's just all downhill.
That's a whitewash.
So it was nice of COBRA to name one after my golf game.
That's true. That's true. Cool. But yeah, go check out the F9 range. When will it start popping up? You said it's next year, but will it start being seen a lot more?
So Ricky and Bryson will have it in the bag, and Lexi will have it in the bag when they do. So it'll be before January. So last year he debuted in the Hero Tigers event, and he won that first go. So I'd say he'd be putting in the bag as soon as he plays next, to be honest.
So
the embargo's off tonight, obviously. So he'll put in the bag very soon, and then we'll see whoever else puts it in the bag as well. Good.
So this video is probably out after the driver review that we've done. So after this, you'll see a lot more. So go check out those videos. Go check out the F9 range. It's a solid bit of kit, like all the brands, but it's certainly
we're going to have a little play
upgrade.
With quite a few of them. There's some good solid stuff.
Yep.
I even had a bit of a hit with the one length wedges.
As you'll see in the videos to come.
Mate, the whole range is very good. Cobra have always made some pretty good gear.
Yeah,
back
correct.
to when they were sponsoring Norman there for a lot of years. I remember having a set of Cobra Norman grind irons.
Yeah.
Mate, they were pretty solid, but they've always made some good stuff. I've still got a Cobra hybrid that's what, how many models back now?
Fly Z now.
Fly Z, that's
Fly
5
Z.
years.
Yeah, it's a handful.
Yep.
Fly Z 6, 7, 8, 9, yeah.
I haven't found anything better than that.
There you go.
So,
forgot to mention, we are obviously F9 the one link story is carrying on, so hybrid and irons will be available in one link as well.
As it should. It's very interesting.
Yep.
Cool.
Here's a stat for you: 26% of our custom iron sales are one link in Australia.
26%.
All right. So I was going to ask you about that. So how is one length obviously selling reasonably well?
Yeah, so it fluctuates a little bit, and obviously Bryson's a hero for that. But last year, we saw this year, obviously with him winning the Northern Trust and the second playoff event as well, sales spiked from that. But it's
when you look at selling them, what is the general makeup of the irons that you sell? Do you know?
The majority is probably 5 down, 5 to pitch, 5 to gap is where we find most people buy.
And full one length? So
full one length.
From 5
the next popular option is 4, 5, 6 one length, 7, 9 down in variable length. And we offer it the other way around. So everything's fully customizable. But yeah, there's definitely 2 real standouts, and that is a hybrid at the top, 3 or 4, 5 iron down, or 4, 5, 6 for those guys struggling with long iron ball striking, but prefer the feel of a shorter iron for control.
So we took out the one length, if anyone watched those videos. So I think it's 5 iron down to a pitching wedge. So tonight's the first time I've hit sandwich. A full shot with that sandwich is actually really good. Like I was very, very surprised. Short ones, I'm a bit out of the sand.
That's where it'd be interesting.
I had a couple little chips around the green and that, and I still thought it was pretty good. I can see a lot of people going, like I said, I think if you're going the one length, 3, 4 hybrid, 5 iron down, and go all the way down to a sandwich. But
you think how easy it is to chip with a 7 iron? Similar story, but it gives you just little
I can knife and flum just anything.
You know what, I just had a little chip over there and I was chipping around, Al, and it's still, like you said, it went on the green.
It takes time to get used to it, and we don't obviously.
I think that's the thing, is if you go to the effort to buy a set, you need to stick with them. Like you can't play 1 or 2 rounds and go, no. Like what I found was that I found the long irons all right, and the short irons hard to get used to. It
takes a little longer.
And it wasn't really to do with the length. Because they were longer, I felt I didn't need to hit them as hard.
That's what everyone falls into.
And that, as soon as I just
start
went
hitting them shorter.
Hit them shorter, I'm going, oh geez, this is pretty short. There's a lot of gap distance now between the 7 iron and the 9 iron. But I found when you just stood there and just hit it the same as all the other clubs, I thought they were pretty good.
Trust the loft, trust the head weight that we put in them to make them go the distance.
I think I know they make a junior range. Do you sell a lot of the junior ones?
We got them in as a test. It's obviously, it just depends. I've sold a few in Queensland to a few junior programs, but it's
because it'd be interesting to see.
It comes down to the coach. I think a lot of juniors who, if their coach is behind it and their coach thinks it's something that will help them as they grow up.
Because I can see the point in that. Like if you have a look, when the kids always go out with a 7 iron, and they get so used to standing with a 7 iron over the top,
7 iron and driver.
Then suddenly when they revert to something else, they struggle a little bit. But
and did you use the Cobra Connect when you played the guys?
No.
Oh, it still hasn't been recording the whole time.
We didn't use the Cobra Connect because we wanted to protect him.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So Cobra Connect's continuing through in all of our clubs and wedges and everything as well. So I've been playing with it. It's been fun to know how bad I am with irons and how good I am with a driver.
He's a very good player.
Look, when we did the one length, we did talk about the whole Cobra Connect. And,
it's a very good idea.
Being able to track some of your your misses and where you're strong at. Like you said, it's very surprising when you look at it and you think, oh, I'm a weak driver or I'm weak with my iron shots, and you look at your stats and go, Well, actually, I'm pretty ordinary at wedges.
Yeah, I feel like I'm blaming my short game, but I'm missing every green, so that's so much pressure on your short game. So
yes,
I know that I need
that's the thing that, at least then you've got something to move forward and work with.
know where to practice.
But look, I think they're a great range. I think
it's exciting.
The same thing even with the one lengths.
The one length's always been very, very interesting thing. But
I can certainly see the point in them. You know, you get yourself in a good position. I always felt with those hybrids and longer irons that I probably stayed over them a bit longer than what I normally do. Yeah. I tend with the longer clubs to want to pull up. As where with those, you felt like you can set up as a 7 iron and then just rip through it.
Yeah, people can hit a 7 iron. But anyway, if you don't want to hit a 7 iron, you want to hit a big beefy driver. There's the F9. There's the fairway hybrid as well. The irons, the whole works and jerks. Go check them out when you can. Check out the other videos.
Yep.
And enjoy.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Thanks, Brenton.
Beautiful.
Thank you very much.
Pleasure, mate.
Thank you, mate.
Thanks, brother.
Cheers.
Thanks, mate.
Thanks, Richo. Cheers.
See you next time.
See you next time.
Beautiful. And don't forget, smash that like button.
You're
that's what you say, don't you?
Oh, that's what they say to say.
Hey? I don't know. If you don't like it, don't like it. Hit dislike. Who cares?
Yep.
I don't care. But anyhow, see you then. Beautiful.
See you.